Hi there, and thank you for joining us on this special holiday edition of the Animal Services Pawcast. Now, in this episode, we're going to tell you about all the events we have planned for the month of December, and we'll also take a look at Animal Services' continued recovery from the pandemic, especially as we come to the end of 2021. But before we get to all that, let's take a look at the live release rate for the month of November. Last month, Animal Services had a live release rate of 79.6%. Now, November saw its share of challenges, and several of the most difficult challenges involved animals way too young to be entering a shelter. For that reason, we definitely want to take a moment to thank our fosters who helped with so many of these young kittens and pups. Our life-saving journey is not possible without you, so thank you so much for being a dedicated foster. Shifting gears from fostering to adoption, we're going to have several opportunities this month for families that are ready to make the lifelong commitment to giving pets like this guy a loving home. On December 10th, we will be taking several of our pups on a field trip to the El Paso Zoo, as our adoption van will be set up in the parking lot for free pet adoptions. But if you can't make it out to the zoo, don't worry, because the following day, on December 11th, our adoption team will be at the Holiday Kermés from noon to 4 p.m. on Ascarate and Corbin. Adoptions will also be free at this event, but we also have one more adoption event to tell you about, and this one's called A Home for the Holidays, which will take place Saturday, December 18th at the Animal Services Shelter. This will be one of our last major opportunities to match up pups with loving families before the holidays are in full swing. Again, we encourage everyone to adopt, but we do want to remind you that having a pet is a lifelong decision. So if your family is ready to open their hearts to a great pet, come see us at our offsite adoption events or 7 days a week at the Animal Services Shelter on Fred Wilson. Another great initiative taking place this month is our Santa Paws Microchip and holiday photo events. Not just one, but several will take place. Animal Services' very own mascot, Sunny, will be out in the community with our Resource Rover team, providing free microchips and microchip checks. In addition to the pet services, Santa Paws will be taking photos with families and their pets. Photos will also be free and can be downloaded from our Facebook page following the events listed on your screen. Just a reminder, many pets do go missing over the holidays as homes are filled with visitors. So if your pet needs a microchip, please take advantage of our free services taking place this month. And speaking of services, 2021 has been a busy year for Animal Services as we transitioned out of our COVID emergency operations and ramped up efforts to get back to our pre-pandemic operations. In 2020, Animal Services took in over 12,000 animals, and so far this year in 2021, we've already taken in more than 15,000 animals. Now, once our doors were physically open to the shelter in July, Animal Services began seeing more people return to the shelter. We want to remind the public that lost pets are typically no more than 2 miles from their home, so if you can help us by trying to reconnect a lost pet before even coming to the shelter, now this definitely increases an animal's chances at being reconnected with their family. One other area that is recovering from the pandemic are our live outcomes. This includes adoptions, transfers, transports, pet reclaims, and basically any positive outcome. 2021 is definitely seeing more live outcomes than 2020, but we definitely want to continue this rise in getting animals safe and out of the shelter. Now remember, intakes also continue to rise as we are coming out of the pandemic. Just a reminder, Animal Services is waiving all reclaim fees for lost pets in an effort to get pets back with their family. The only fee will be $12.50 if your pet is not already registered. Well, this year, Animal Services did not only focus on the pets in the shelter, we also focused on serving pets in the community in order to keep them home. We did this by providing proactive services to their owners and the animals. The department's Resource Rover program was created this year to lead those efforts. Whether families needed food assistance, microchips, vaccines, or pet supplies, the Resource Rovers, with the help of our national partners, were able to assist pets and families. Oftentimes, it's these resources that can keep pets and families together. This year, more than 10,000 pets were assisted by the department's Resource Rover program. Well, that does it for us on this special holiday edition of the Animal Services Pawcast. Before we leave, we definitely want to thank everyone that has been part of this life-saving journey. Everyone from our adopters, our fosters, our volunteers, our donors, and of course our hardworking staff. Thank you all for making life-saving possible in El Paso. Before we leave you, we're going to go ahead and show you some highlights from our recent presentation in the Thanksgiving Parade.
Some of those costumes are just
beautiful.
dazzling.
Yeah.
And here we're seeing El Paso Animal Services for the 5th time. They're entering the parade, and I got the pleasure of meeting a dog named Tyler on one of our shows earlier this week. He's one of the many dogs up for adoption there. Now, since the shelter reform plan of 2016, Animal Services has become a leader in animal welfare, and they're urging you to join their life-saving mission by adopting, fostering, or maybe volunteering and donating to their cause. And look at that guy right there.
I thought I saw him running the 5K this morning.
He probably did. He probably did. He could have won, too.
And El Paso Animal Services, they do so much for our community. We partner up with them for so many events and get a lot of those little ones adopted. Look at them.
Oh, look at that face right there.
You can visit their website, elpasoanimalservices.org, for more information on how you can adopt one of these little ones and add them to your family.
Oh, look at that guy right there. He looks warm in there, but he also looks like he kind of wants to come out and
I
play a
know.
little
He
bit.
wants to play with all the kiddos.
Happy Thanksgiving.